According to the regional authorities, 2 people were killed and 4 were injured as a result of Russian shelling in the Donetsk region on Saturday. According to President Zelensky, the situation in DONBAS is difficult. The situation is very complicated, especially in DONBAS and the Kharkiv region, where the Russian army is constantly trying to get something for itself. The key areas of combat on the front line remain Severodonetsk, Lysychansk, Bakhmut, and Popasna, but our defenses are holding on. The situation there is indescribable. I am grateful to all those who withstood this violent attack by the occupiers. Mariupol remains in a dramatic situation. There are still over 100,000 inhabitants in the city. Representatives of local authorities informed about another terrifying discovery. In one of the supermarkets, the Russians set up a repository for the bodies. In turn, the mayor of Mariupol, Vadim Boychenko, warns that thousands of residents are at risk of dying from infectious diseases. Our doctors inform us about the danger that may appear this summer. Outbreaks of infectious diseases, dysentery, plague, and others. These diseases could take the lives of thousands of Mariupol's inhabitants. On Saturday and Sunday, shelling of the Sumy Oblast took place from the territory of Russia. As a result of yesterday's attack, 1 person was injured and residential buildings were damaged. About 20 explosions took place this morning at 7:35 local time. The Ukraine Operation Command North reported. The command said no casualties were recorded after the attack. As a result of the Russian aggression in the Luhansk Oblast, over 17,000 hectares of forests were destroyed. The Ukrinform agency announced that the amount of damage calculated by the specialists from the State Environmental Inspection, and according to their calculations, losses are valued at over $1 billion. The invaders damaged the environment of the Luhansk region, causing losses worth 38 billion hryvnia. At the entrance to the Russian-occupied Melitopol in the southeastern part of Ukraine, a sign was hung with the words Melitopol, Russia forever. According to the mayor of the occupied city, Ivan Fedorov, the Russians issue passports to Ukrainians and then enlist them in the army. He appealed to the inhabitants not to accept passports and not to cooperate with the occupation authorities. President Volodymyr Zelensky visited Kharkiv today. During his visit, he took part in a military conference, during which he presented Ukrainian soldiers with awards. During a meeting with officials, he talked about rebuilding damaged buildings. The state must provide guarantees, but cities should also find good projects and a way to raise funds. City governors and mayors will be able to reach aid more quickly through European housing restoration programs. Since the beginning of the invasion of Ukraine, the Russian army has lost, among others, 30,150 soldiers, 1,338 tanks, 3,270 armored combat vehicles, and 2,240 wheeled vehicles. As the information radio agency established, the Ukrainian army received 18 modern Krab self-propelled howitzers from Poland. Ukraine is also provided with further military support by the United States and Denmark. We are getting land-based launchers and a relevant number of Harpoon missiles, which in addition to Denmark, we are also getting from friendly countries like Great Britain and Netherlands, and I hope more countries will join. According to unofficial information, the European Commission and the French presidency and the European Union have presented a new proposal for sanctions on oil from Russia, which is to overcome the lack of agreement among the European Union member states. According to this, the embargo would be limited to oil transported by sea, which accounts for 2/3 of this raw materials exports to EU countries.